It's Week 13 of the NFL. Up next, we'll get a look at Patrick Mahomes. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Chiefs and the Panthers, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And a peek at the man under center. He has 5 full years in the league under his belt, now in year number 6.
When I was watching film this week, I had to write a note to myself. 3 touchdown passes in an NFL game deserves respect, not ho-hum just because they throw it around all the time, and he got his respect. NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, it's the ultimate vote of confidence from a week ago. And look, he was great, not his best game ever, but obviously he was very good to garner that award. All the talk this week, though, was about let's take that forward now. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing, Young. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 41. Young working out of the gun. This one completes Alec Pierce. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. A play fake. Now Young. This ball taken in here by Brooks. 4 yards the pickup. 1st down. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, and I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
The numbers for Sanders last week, 10 catches, 103 in the yardage department.
And he's trying to prove the adage, it's not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a capper on this season.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Now Young. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. I think we can safely say they came out to be aggressive on the opening series, Charles. They didn't run the ball once. All that passing, it does get them the 3-0 lead.
I think what we saw there, partner, was a true definition of football balance, which means doing what you want to when you want to on offense. And in this case, it was throwing the football. They may mix in running the football a little bit more as this game goes on. But this opening drive, while it stalled out, it still gave them 3 points.
Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
We saw something last week you don't see very often. Team loses, but the quarterback, the trigger man, Offensive Player of the Week in the AFC. That's pretty impressive.
You rarely see that. Of course, don't worry, folks. He said the obligatory, I would have traded that for a victory any day of the week.
Yeah, no doubt about it, but still, he must have played awfully well to win it when his team lost.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Throwing middle, and it's complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
9 yards. 1st down, Chiefs.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Well, they told us that he was just going to be a bear to defend, and usually tight ends are, Charles, but he's no exception to that rule. His second catch of the opening possession, and it gets him a first down.
Yeah, and they certainly saw something on his earlier reception. He went back and reported what he found. And one of the things about him, he's like a wide receiver to me.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Mahomes now to throw. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Deebo Samuel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. And the QB rating right now, sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. But I think 158.3 is the number one.
Yep, that's the
right. That's
mark.
the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs, but sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they are certainly playing their best football of the year.
And that's complete to Sanders. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Young now. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Young going to give to Brooks. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Second down and 4. Looking to throw, Young. That's pulled in by Brooks. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
Brooks diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL, so they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and the lead is now 10-7. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense and Xavier Worthy set to take over once more. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they have things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
Now here's Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 9 catches, a trip to the end zone to go along with 118 yards.
And he's trying to prove the adage, it's not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a capper on this season.
A first down there on a pickup of 25. But he's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2's not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Mahomes to throw once more. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in, and run.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
The Panthers offense and running back Jonathan Brooks set to go once more. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. 10-10 our score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Young will set to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Young now from the 50. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run here with Brooks. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Once again, it's Brooks. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This one brought in by Aiken. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. Young off the bootleg.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it. They'll try it now with Brooks. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now a 3rd and 6. Here's Mahomes to throw. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. Up the middle they go. Swain. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. 35 yards that time on the punt.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 23. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 9.
Now Mahomes.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Mahomes going to throw.
And that is incomplete. Really did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Oh, what a move. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Young. Going up top. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw.
That's complete to Pierce.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. To throw, Young.
There's a short throw caught by Sanders. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42. They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing. Young. Throw left side complete. That's Brooks.
And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Young working out of the gun.
That one complete to Leggett.
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 17-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Young to throw it. Touchdown, Panthers.
Xavier Leggett
from 17 yards out.
And the Panthers have taken the lead.
McLaughlin for the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. Looking to throw is Mahomes. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Swain. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Here's the Chiefs punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Panthers offense and Bryce Young headed back onto the field. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Young from the shotgun.
Got a man. That's Legette.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Young to throw it.
He's got his man. It's Pierce.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards that time. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
It'll be Young again.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. From the shotgun, it's Young. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Bijan Robinson, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow, sharp in the victory, as his guys get back within a game of 500. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they were losers in that ball game as they fall to the visiting Washington Commanders. Terry McLaurin, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. We saw a strong first half out of the Alabama man and former #1 selection, Bryce Young. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis, so to no one's surprise, his name sits near the top of the list in terms of most receptions by a wideout this season.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. Mahomes now to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs of getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a fourth down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over.
The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. It's Young off play action. And this is going to be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Now here's Young.
Got a man, that's Liggett. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
That one complete to Liggett.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Young.
This one finds Pierce on the out route.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Up the middle with Brooks here. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2.
Here is Young. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers.
Alec Pierce
from 8 yards out.
And the Panthers are able to extend their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Alec Pierce.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And able to get this out to the 25. And the Chiefs offense ready to go again. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Up the middle they go. Swain. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Xavier Worthy, 48 yards. And the Chiefs get a bit closer.
Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as they get this up to the 29. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
Young. And that's complete to Adams.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Young.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
In motion, the tight end. Now Young.
There's a short throw caught by Sanders.
And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Here's the Panthers punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up second down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now Mahomes. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Mahomes again. And returns it right back to Samuel. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. Mahomes going to throw. Got a man over the middle, Worthy. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. 2nd and 7. From midfield, here's Mahomes. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 29-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Mahomes to throw once more. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Xavier Worthy with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Chiefs have got it back to within a score. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So now out comes this offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once more. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Young to throw it. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And once again, this is Sanders. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 33. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Young working out of the gun. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
They'll run right here with Brooks.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense, exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6. And his kick is good.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he goes out right around the 39.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and a yard.
Here's Mahomes to throw.
Got an open man, it's Schwartz.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now here's Mahomes. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim 4th quarter lead. But whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture. They'll start on the ground with Brooks. He'll get this to about the 38.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
52 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out 1st downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
Young.
Lets one go downfield for Pierce.
This is caught inside the 15. And he will take it across for Panthers touchdown.
Alec Pierce
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Panthers are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
The Panthers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
The Young's going to throw for this.
And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth-quarter lead. So they go with the pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts, passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. This offense making its way back out, led by their wide receiver. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
That's into the hands of Worthy.
And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
That's going to be caught by Samuel.
That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot.
Mahomes now to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
First down, Chiefs.
Now a handoff up the middle. Swain. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 42.
Slot man moves right. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
That's complete. Left side to Worthy.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 30. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun, Mahomes. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Deebo Samuel, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Chiefs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year.
So now a big spot here as the Chiefs will indeed go for 2. Mahomes will throw for it. Forced out to his left. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
That's over the middle to his tight end, Sanders. And he
he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. To throw, Young. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Young. Caught on the right side by Adams. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Here's a handoff to Brooks.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
They'll stay on the ground with Brooks.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back.
On the handoff, this is Brooks. And he will have a Panther first down. And it is celebration time on that sideline, and they've earned it.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Here comes Brooks.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Down to a knee goes Young, and that should be the final act in this one.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Carolina, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.